Woke san oye vara keke et maintenant au moins en bien non c'est au mieux sans jeje au jelly melemi re navija nava de redo se veja jena okutu agbon de boom okidado jabo na lo onadado chebe rasan oko se gbe lasan simply because we have this kind of perception, we have this knowledge that some people, we were once great people, we were once shield to different kingdoms, which the Benin was part of the kingdom, which is the Afema people was part of the kingdom that we shield in those days. But you are worried, you are asking yourself, what happened? What went wrong? Why is it that the ESAN of today look so lukewarm? We are no longer active as we used to be. And I will tell you, that is because we the ESAN people, we are victims of history extortion. I repeat again, we are victims of history extortion. You know, history, let me put it in the very simple terms. I will try my best to put in the very simple terms so we can follow. History, when we talk about history, ole ebagbonre vai here, ebagbonre yen je, ebe oto, ebo sagbon, ebo emireve nando tore vai je, abama de kalo, bere yen je, bere vabo no toni je, bere lue mi je, be amon, emi keke akagbon oto. Oni actually history. But it's quite unfortunate that as great as our ancestors were, there was no proper documentation of how they lived their lives, how they came in, how the ESAN land became ESAN today. There was no proper documentation, which, like, if you go across the world today, you find out a place like they call it library or they call it museum, where they put their history. Anybody can go there and read the history. If you look at ESAN land, you discover that before now there was nothing like that. Just recently, we had something like that in Ekboma. And I think something like that was built in Uromi by the Yorubas, which is, I would say, that is not a proper way to live. Because if you don't know your history, other people who envy you, who wish to be like you, will come in and extort your history and therefore give you another history that will make you inferior, that will make you like you will lose all your heritage. That was what happened to us. Today, when you go online, when you go on Google, you try to search about ESAN, make research about ESAN. What you will get is what the Benin people wrote about ESAN. In the first place, the Benin, they are kingdom of their own. Now, I don't want to talk about how the name Benin came into existence, because even the name Benin has no meaning in their so-called language. They played trick. They came in with fight because they are all about war, fighting, claiming kingdoms. They brought war to us, trying to claim our kingdoms, because that's what they do. But only for them to come in, and they were disappointed because they discovered that ESAN is greater, 10 times greater than they can ever imagine. So few lives were lost. Few lives were lost during the war, during the clash between the so-called Benin today and the ESAN. From there, they had their respect for us because they saw it that it's not possible. And I can tell you for a fact that they tell you that it was Ovorame, only the Oba Ovorame that was killed and buried outside the Benin Kingdom. But that is not the truth. Do you know that there was another king that went to fight in ESAN land that was killed in Uromi and was buried in Uromi? You won't find that in their history, but rather what you get in their history is how ESAN is second to them, how they own ESAN, how the ESAN are the children of the Oba. All these propaganda are the things you find on their blog daily. You find them daily. They keep on refreshing it. And I don't know what they see in this. I don't know what they are dragging with us. And we are not dragging anything with anybody. They just want the accolade that they are superior to ESAN. If you look at the ESAN, you look at us, we have never for once come out and said, this kingdom came out from us. This kingdom belongs to us. We are superior to you. We don't do those kind of things. The ESAN believe, live your life, we live our lives. You know, our forefathers, they were not so calm. They were heroes. They were warriors. But as generation passed, seeing that we don't have our histories are not be taught in school, rather the histories that they are forcing on us are the Benin history that never even happened. Histories that never took place anywhere here on earth. They try to force it on people, just like how they told you that Mary Celeste stopped the killing of twins in Calabar. It never happened. Mary Celeste never stopped any killing of twins in Calabar. The story is the other way around. So the British cloned our mind with all those kind of fake history, and we believe it. It's taught all over Africa. That is the same way the Benin came in with histories that never took place, and we believed all these fake histories for a very long time, and our fathers took them. Fathers passed it on to their children. Lies became true. It started to resemble truth. And now we have so much of them. Now I'm very happy to our great ancestors who came in and start to renew our minds, start to speak to some of us, renew our mind, change our subconsciousness, make us awoken. We are not aware. Some of us, we are aware. There are still some of us who will fight you for saying the truth. I'm talking about the ESAN people. They will fight you. Some will say, my father said we are Benin from Benin. My father said we came from Benin. The king said our king said we came from Benin. Let me tell you the truth. Your king might be lying. You know, when the Oba of Benin went to Lagos, he was not, if you look at the statement he made, he couldn't defend it. He keep on saying, go and check the records. The records are there. Which record? Which record? Is it the books that were fabricated? So-called histories that were fabricated that brought every other person under the Benin? He could not defend what he was claiming. This is how it is. They will always tell you, go and check the record. The records are there. They are all lies. They are all fallacies. We, the ESAN people, we are great people. Very, 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 very great. I'm happy now that a lot of people are starting to understand that not until we change what is in here, our hands and our eyes cannot see far, and our hands cannot change anything. The work has to start from here. Just like the British cloned us for years, make us believe that we are nothing. We cannot do anything for ourselves except they do it for us. That is why in Nigeria we don't have companies. In Nigeria we don't have schools. We don't have health care system. We don't have anything because our leaders, they still believe that the white man's own is always better. So when they are sick, they fly themselves abroad. When their children want to school, they fly them abroad. Everything they do is abroad. Until we, the ESAN people, change this mindset that we've been playing for a fool. Every single ESAN child, don't always think about building houses, building 5 houses in ESAN land. You are occupying the lands that should be made for companies. How ESAN cannot be great in this era. We were great in those days because we had power to fight. We could farm, we could protect our territory, we could take care of us. Our healthcare system was the best. I mean spiritual healthcare, herbal healthcare. It was the best because even the neighboring kingdoms, they were running to us. We now are building houses in places where we should be building companies. If we continue like this, we will end up like the Benin, where you find only hotel house. We can't continue like that. We need to change our mindsets and understand that it is companies that drive the development in the society. We need to renew our mindset. And I want to sound this to you, that ESAN are second to none. Be the British, be Africa, be in Nigeria, ESAN is second to none. We are ESAN, descendant of the spirits. That is why they will keep on dragging, because they don't know how we came. They don't know how we came. We are full spiritual beings. They don't know anything about us. Whatever they say about you as an ESAN person are fabricated fallacies that never exist anywhere. Just like there are things God that we never reveal to a man. No matter how powerful you are, there are things God will never reveal to you. That is the case of an ESAN person. No man can come out and say, I know how you came. We are just like the wind. We came and we settled. If you are an ESAN son, if you are an ESAN doctor, I'm not saying hate anybody. We don't hate, we love. We have this heart of gold. We love people. But be vigilant. Be vigilant. Understand that there is no akugbe between ESAN and Benin. It has never existed. It will not exist now, and it will never exist. There is never a kugbe between the ESAN and Benin. But I'm not saying don't love them. I'm not saying don't do things with them. But when we talk about a kugbe, which they claim their riches, look at the way they treat our people. Look at the name, kill a sama before you kill a snake. Look at all those things. What does it tell you? A brother was telling me that his father was the first person to build a house in a particular street in Benin. And the first person to build a house in a particular street, the street is going to be named after the person. Because this man is an ESAN man, the elders around, they came and removed the man's name from the street. Why? Because he's an ESAN man. And they said ESAN man will never own the street in Benin. They took it to their chief. They dragged the matter. Just because that man is an ESAN, they treat him anyhow in Benin there. And you start to tell me that Benin and ESAN, we are, come on now. Jodasunu, va time lo. Ege said he was married a few minutes no. Or agbera na, or de kakami. Or na me jome tabi tamava. Vara keke. I still remain o jelly me. Of face and big Vara.